big story. An Australian baseball player over in America on a scholarship shot in the back and killed while out jogging in Duncan, Oklahoma. Charges were filed today against 3 teenagers who police say, just wait for this, police say that they shot Christopher Lane for fun because they were bored. 15-year-old James Edwards Jr. and 16-year-old Chauncey Luna were charged as adults for felony murder in the first degree. 17-year-old Michael Jones faces 2 charges. A judge set bond at $1 million for Jones, while no bond was set for Edwards and Luna. Joining me on the phone is Captain Jay Evans of the Duncan, Oklahoma Police Department. Thank you for joining me, Captain Evans. Few stories have incensed me quite like this one, the randomness, the senselessness of this killing. Tell me your reaction to it.
It's been very hard on the community here. This happened. Our community is approximately 23,000 people. It's a wonderful community, a great place to have your kids grow up. And normally it would be safe to go anywhere in town, anytime, day or night. You wouldn't have to worry about being attacked or anything like that. In this particular neighborhood, it's an affluent neighborhood. Everyone is out at various times of the day walking with their wives and jogging up and down. This particular street is a pretty long street, and it runs right in front of the golf course. And this happened just shortly before 3 in the afternoon on a Friday afternoon, so you had a lot of people out. It was a fairly hot day, so there wasn't that many people out jogging or exercising at that particular time. But the residents are just absolutely appalled and shocked that it happened, because everyone realizes that you know, your kids are out playing, that it could have been anybody. It was such a random act that could have been any of their kids that this happened to.
Well, it's totally disgusting. I mean, just for viewers who've not been following this today, tell me exactly what these thugs did.
Well, this young man, the young victim, was just jogging, and I believe that he was listening to his radio that he had on his arm, and he was just jogging. He was jogging with traffic. This road is pretty wide, and then it narrows down to where it's just a 2-lane. And he was jogging with traffic, so these individuals came up behind him in a car, and they were very close because the road is, like I said, 2-lane with no shoulder on it, so it's very narrow there. And they pulled up behind him and shot him in the back, and then sped away.
I mean, in all your time in police work, Captain Evans, have you ever come across anything quite so callous?
No, I haven't. I mean, you know, crimes happen all over the place, but normally you always have some kind of relationship, you know, be it may be brief, between the victim and the suspect. You know, even at the briefest of times, you may have people that have gotten into a heated exchange over some traffic issue or something else. But to just, I mean, this guy just happened to be running, and the opportunity was there, and they were close, so they thought, well, let's just shoot this guy. So.
And final question for you, Captain Evans. Just clarify for me, is it right that their explanation was simply that they were bored and they did it for fun?
You know, I really, as captain of investigations, we have a policy over here that, you know, I can't discuss what anybody's statement is. You know, if anybody discusses that, they're a little bit higher pay grade than me. But so I really can't go into specifics of what any of them said. But one thing I can say about this group is they had the desire to be gangsters, and that's just from prior instances that we'd had coming in contact with them, and based on various aspects that we were aware of. They just wanted to emulate that gangster lifestyle.
Captain Evans, I do appreciate you joining me. I've got to leave it there, but I thank you very much indeed. A reaction in Australia, as you can expect, has been shock and horror. Joining me now is Aaron Young, Sky News Melbourne Bureau Chief. And on the phone is Tim Fisher. He's the former Deputy Prime Minister of Australia, who says in the wake of this crime, tourists should think twice about coming to America. Let me start with you, if I may, Aaron Young. There's been widespread fury and distress in Australia over this, hasn't there?
It really has. Hello, Piers. There's been disbelief, shock. No one can understand how this happened. Chris was a rising star. He was having the time of his life over in the United States. We've all heard about gun violence in America, but this has really brought it home to us here, right across the country. Parents in Australia who may have children on scholarships in the US, also the students themselves, just utter disbelief that this could happen to one of ours. Now, this is the front page of the local newspaper here in Melbourne today, the Herald Sun newspaper. You can see the 3 accused who are on the front page there. It says, the teens American police shot our star. Now, our political leaders have described it as senseless. It's been the reaction from the family as well as reporting from that baseball club in the suburb of Essendon. It's just north of Melbourne here. Family, friends, as well as teammates and people from the local baseball club have all been down there this week. It's been terribly sad. They've been placing a baseball with tributes written on it, flowers on the home base there. His mother and father, they held back tears. They described Chris as just another normal kid. He loved his baseball. He's loved the game since he was 15 years old, and he loved it because he always wanted to go to college in the US, Piers, and he saw that this was his chance.
It's an absolutely appalling story. I want to